I had my third cup of coffee ever today. I think it might be the second cup of coffee. I guess it depends on how you define cup of coffee, because the first time I ever had coffee, I had 2 sips and then I was done. So is that really considered a cup? And then the second time I had coffee, I also don't think I've finished it. Geez, maybe I've never actually had a cup of coffee. Am I clickbaiting? I'm sorry if I'm clickbaiting here, because I had coffee again today, and guess what? I didn't finish it because I didn't like it. So maybe I've just never had a cup of coffee. Do I have to drink the whole thing to qualify? I just didn't like it, bro. I was so excited too, because I was getting a cappuccino. The first time I've ever had coffee, I had it straight, black coffee, a sip at my dad's house, just to try it, because I'd never tried it before, and it was not very good. The second time, oh wait, the second time was decaf, bro. The second time wasn't even coffee, right? Is it? No, I guess it's technically still coffee if it's decaf, right? The second time I had coffee, it was decaf, and I didn't even finish that. So today is yet another mark on the failure list, but this time it was a cappuccino, okay? Cappuccino, that sounds cool. That's why I got it. I was excited, but I was completely let down. I don't know what I was expecting. I like the smell of coffee. I love the vibe of coffee shops. I was hanging out at a coffee shop 2 days ago with my friend Rowan. I ate avocado toast. It was freaking delicious. That was the best avocado toast I've ever had. The coffee I had today, though, just... I don't think I like coffee. So I'm sorry to all of the coffee enjoyers out there. You will have to unsubscribe. That was in the contract when you subscribed. So it's just unfortunate, but that's kind of how things work here on this channel. That was basically how I started my day. I kind of wanted to talk about it today because I feel I've been just so productive. I was going nonstop until an hour ago when I just felt so burnt out, and I watched a couple of YouTube videos because I was just mentally cooked from doing thing after thing after thing. So I got coffee in the morning. That was cool. That was fun. I drove like 40 minutes away to a different town, so I got to like walk around a different city. What? It was so cool. I love the outsides. It was warmer than I thought. You know, winter hasn't fully set in yet, so it's not entirely it's not entirely sad and dark. I was trying to combine those two words. It's not entirely sad and dark yet, so we'll see how that holds up. And it's the time of year where I get an excuse to wear jackets and stuff. So I wore 2 jackets. I wore a jacket. Is this really what I'm talking about? Yes, because this is what I care about. I wore 2 jackets. 1, my jacket from Japan. 2, a jacket or a sweatshirt from... what's it? San Diego? San Francisco. No, San Francisco. The point I'm making is I layered my jackets. And this is important to me because I never layer my jackets. I've just never thought about it before. I remember watching some like fashion videos, and like it just kind of makes intuitively sense to wear something more interesting. Okay, guys, I'm not like a fashion expert or anything, but I just felt cool wearing a sweatshirt underneath a jacket, okay? Because most of the time I would just wear the jacket over the sweatshirt, and I just felt like cool and confident, okay? Sue me. That's what I'm talking about today. This is what you showed up for. It was also kind of fun because I don't drive around very much, especially that early in the morning, and so I felt like I had a 9-to-5 job. I remember as an 18, 19-year-old kid getting out of high school, I literally kind of like aspired to a 9-to-5 job of the same thing every single day. You get to wake up, you drive to your little workplace, you do your thing, you come home. It just seemed, I don't know why, but I sort of had this vision in my head that that's a good life or something cool to do. It's kind of funny because what I do now is just the complete opposite of that. I run a company by myself, aka the YouTube channel. I do all the editing myself. I don't hire anybody, and I work whenever. So it was kind of cool to go out driving in rush hour. It wasn't the craziest rush hour or whatever, but it was traffic that I normally wouldn't get. So you kind of just get to sit there, you get to watch the different cars drive by. I show up to this different town that I don't normally go to, so everything's just new. I get to look around, see the sights. It's a good vibe. And then I have the coffee. The coffee was not great, but the vibes were great. I like coffee shops. They're just cool. I went to a coffee shop a couple of days ago, too, when I was at a wedding in Florida. That's a story for another time. Maybe I'll just talk about that story now. Screw it. Let's talk about Florida. Florida was crazy. Dude, sometimes whenever I make these harsh transitions between subjects, like stopping talking about the wedding to break the third wall, I imagine the comments saying, oh my gosh, this guy has ADHD. He's bouncing all across the walls. This is just how I talk, okay? Do you guys not have thoughts like going all around your head most of the time? Isn't it crazy? Whenever you sit down to meditate, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't control my own thoughts. There's just thoughts constantly, all of the time. Anyways, back to the wedding. So, Florida is great. It's awesome. It's cool. It's so hot, dude. The water, I have never been in more warm water. Getting in and out of the ocean, no semblance of cold whatsoever. Just a smooth transition. I didn't even notice that the water wasn't cold because it was such perfect temperature. It was actually insane. I'm usually not a huge beach guy, but I jumped in the water, sent it, hopped around a little bit. I got a seashell, brought that back. That's kind of cool. And I had one of my top 5 breakfasts of all time. I should probably say meals of all time. And maybe I'm a bit silly with my top 5 of a lot of things because I'm just very recency bias. Whenever I would stream a lot of RSG speedrunning, I would listen to music and songs would come up, and all the time I'd say, oh, this is a top 10 song. I probably did that 100 times and people started laughing at me for it. So, you know, take that for what you will. Top 5 breakfasts of all time, maybe potentially. That's how it felt. It was so good, dude. It was an egg white omelet with some mushrooms and veggies like cooked inside of it just so perfectly. They had this delicious sauce, and then on the side of it, piece of toast, plain whole grain piece of toast. On the other side, fruit. I'm telling you, it was a simple meal, but they just did it so right, dude. Whenever I order that kind of thing, an omelet with toast, you know, I think of a Denny's order. No offense to Denny's. They have some good orders, like, you know, the Mr. Cube 9 grain bread. That's pretty good. Honestly, I enjoy it. But their bread is usually, like their toast, it's usually just not good. But this place in Florida, they did the toast so unbelievably well. It paired perfect with the omelet. Perfect proportions. It wasn't huge. It didn't make me feel gross and disgusting like I'm eating like super highly palatable American food. It was just food. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So shout out to 11D for picking out that place. It was freaking delicious. And not only was that breakfast good, but at the wedding, they did breakfast for dinner. And that was equally good. There was just this masterpiece of avocado toast. Scarfed that down. It was freaking delicious. The wedding was also like very beautiful, very awesome. I was smiling the entire time they were doing the vows, and you know, just seeing somebody getting married, it's just awesome. And I feel like I'm getting a lot of practice going to weddings. This is my first wedding outside of Utah. So that was kind of cool. And I got some stories from the wedding that maybe I'll talk about at another time. But for now, I should probably get back on track with what I actually started this commentary video about. My busy day today, which it doesn't even sound that busy because it's not as if I grinded out 700 YouTube videos and found all of the success in the world. I did chores. I did my dishes today because low-key, that was freaking overflowing from the trip. I don't know if the dishes got done while I was on the trip. I guess I was only gone like 4 days. But I had to clean that thing out. I did 2 full loads. Oh my gosh, wait. I have my bed sheets. I need to dry my bed sheets. I'll be back. I'm back. The bed sheets are in the dryer now, so hopefully I will have stuff to sleep on tonight. I had to do laundry, I had to do dishes, I had to do a little cleaning, I had to unpack all of my stuff. So I've just been doing a couple of things. And maybe most importantly, I finally called my insurance company because I needed to get some insurance stuff situated. Unfortunately, they didn't answer. I had to leave a voicemail, but they did text me, so, you know, I'm in cahoots with my insurance agency. We should be good to go. I went on a walk. I think I went on 2 walks. Dude, where did the time go? I swear I did more than this. I cooked. Oh, this was the big thing. But to cook, of course, you need to go shopping, and I just got back from a trip, so pretty much all of my food was gone. I cooked some fish right before I left the trip. This is actually a really sad tangent. I cooked fish. I literally did not have enough time to eat the fish because I had to go. So I just cooked the fish, and then I put it in my fridge, and it just was gonna go bad. So my brother and my cousin ate it. And the fish that it was salmon too. The salmon that I was so excited about just fully did not get to eat. So I cooked fish again today. I went on a redemption arc. So I went shopping. I picked up a couple of things. I've been cooking a lot more with just veggies. I'm sort of developing some systems in my head of how to cook with stuff because I like using peppers. I like using mushrooms. I like using onions. But most of those ingredients that I've just listed, you'll use sort of half of a package, or maybe you don't cook a ton of food, so then you end up having half a pepper in your fridge, or maybe a quarter, or a few mushrooms left over. What I've started doing is buying things with the intent to use the entire package worth in a 1 meal increment sort of thing. So what this means is I bought 3 peppers, and I cut up all 3 of the peppers. I cooked all of them. I also got some garlic. Okay, so what did I do? Here's cooking with Rec Rap. I cut up 3 peppers, some garlic, some ginger, which was kind of fun. Maybe shouldn't have done that. That's kind of like an overpowering flavor. Some onions, and then I just sort of let it all cook and brown, and that's sort of my spice of a taco, if you will. I then have the fish. I'm sorry, I gotta go like a little quick here. I think the match is about to end. The basic idea is to get a sort of spice element sort of thing. That's the peppers, not as an actual spicy, because it's bell peppers. They're not very spicy, but a spice sort of thing, you know, with all the intense flavors, the onions, the garlic. I have that. I then have a protein, a meat. That's the fish, my cooking redemption. And on top of that, I cooked some broccoli and mushrooms. And so I chuck all of that in a taco, maybe put a little bit of cheese, and I've been using the really small corn tortilla taco things. Tortillas. They're just called tortillas, Parker. I've been using the small corn tortillas, which I, in the past, haven't liked, but I've been double layering them. I've been cooking them a little bit, and it's just been so good. So I'm gonna be looking forward to eating that for lunch for the next several days. And it's beautiful. I don't have any random leftover ingredients because I'm just batch cooking all of my meals. And then watch this. I'm about to freaking die in this lava. This match is from a couple of days ago, but I've realized I don't have a boat to get down. So I drink a fire res. I put some lava down, but then the dragon's perching. So I start trying to swim down this lava, and guess what happens? The dragon hits me and I die. So that's how the match ended. I should probably make a commentary video on the ranked itself because I had just the most massive loss streak of all time, and now I'm on a crazy win streak. So there's definitely interestingness to be had there. But I hope you enjoyed me talking about, what did I talk about today? Coffee, weddings, cooking, you know, the usual life stuff. I hope you guys go and enjoy your life as well. Go out there, do something cool, do something new. Freaking believe in you. Okay, I'll see you in the next commentary. Peace.